Hi, I'm Carly Haden along with Mike Damergis, and welcome to another edition of Offsides. First up, for years, Marlins ownership cried that they needed a new stadium to open up their pocketbooks. Well, 1 year after their spending spree, owner Jeffrey Loria is dealing all his big-name free agents, and everyone is crying foul in Fishland. Mike?
Absolutely, this is an old story for the Marlins. The Marlins for years developed the best talent, but they're always trading the players. Last year, they got their new digs, a lot of taxpayer money. Now, last year they brought in Ozzie Guillen to manage the team. They got Jose Reyes. They got Mark Burley. A year later, they realized attendance wasn't as great. His team wasn't playing well. Look, you got to play well. You get the people in there. Now they're dealing all these players. Looks like Reyes and Burley are going up to Toronto. Ozzie Guillen was fired. The fans in Miami are irate over this because this is an old story back in '97 when you're a little toddler there and maybe riding around in your big wheel down in Miami. The Marlins, after they won the World Series, they traded all their big-name players. So fans in Miami are just tired of this old story with Loria. How many times can you keep putting your hand in the pot asking the taxpayers to pay the bucks? And now they put all that money into the team, and now they're going to have a minor league team come 2013.
Staying with baseball, Torii Hunter has a new home with the Tigers. Will this be an answer to a World Series?
You know, anybody who knows Torii Hunter knows he's a great guy. Interviewed him several times over the years. And also, besides being a great baseball player, did you know, Carly, he's a great singer as well. Let's listen in.
Mr. Telephone Man, there's something wrong with my line. Every time I dial my baby's number, I hear it click every time. That's it right there.
No, it was great, and Torii was a great sport. I asked him for a couple of minutes during that interview, and he gave me about 15 minutes. Torii had one of his best seasons last year, batted .313 with 16 home runs. He's going to fit in nicely in Detroit. They need some corner outfielders. For years, Torii Hunter was a Gold Glove center fielder. Now he's a right fielder. He's going to add a lot of veteran leadership to that Tigers team, and maybe finally he'll win a World Series, and so will the Tigers.
Some good news for the Mets as knuckleballer R.A. Dickey wins the Cy Young. No one saw this coming in March.
No, absolutely. Dickey, for 10-year veteran, 61 career wins, had 20 wins this year for the Mets alone, 26 with a 2.73 ERA. Dickey was a journeyman pitcher. Then he developed a knuckleball a few years ago. What makes Dickey different, though, from other knuckleball pitchers, though, he throws a little bit faster. His knuckleballer will go into the low 80s at times, so this is a little bit different. Great move for the Mets. Great move for Dickey, and here's a guy that climbed Mount Kilimanjaro last year. So winning a Cy Young is nothing to him. Dickey, another 37-year-old guy, getting it done in the pros. So I'm happy for R.A.
Meanwhile, in the American League, the Rays' David Price won the closest non-tie vote in Cy Young history to beat out the defending winner, Justin Verlander. Moving to football, it looks like the foundation under Rex Ryan is crumbling, and not just under Ryan's weight, but the discontent of a 3-6 season and Tim Tebow.
Yeah, it's really weighing on Jet fans. It's weighing on Ryan. The ice is wearing very thin under Jet Nation right now. The Jets, like you mentioned, are 3-6. Last year they were 8-8. This will be the second year in a row they won't make the playoffs. This is Ryan's fourth year. The team has been getting progressively worse and worse every year. To me, if this team falls apart, if they finish 5-11, I know last week I gave my support for Rex, but if this team goes to 5-11 and isn't competitive like they were last week, Rex, you got to go. Not just Rex, so the GM has to go. Mike Tannenbaum, also the quarterback. So for Jet fans, and I've been watching the Jets for over 30 years, every 5 years this damn team has to rebuild, and it looks like 2013 is going to start all over again.
That's a wrap from Studio Deuce at Iona College in New Rochelle. For Mike Damergis, I'm Carly Haden.